Boys, outside nightclub, the might boys, in super blue jackets, yeah. Keep well hydrated. Remember, lots of water. Press A. If you're gonna be fucking making tunes where you want to scare people, you gotta be out on the street fucking, dishing out slaps. It's gonna be crap.
Now who is he or who is she to speak on my name?
It's week 5 of the NFL, and we've got Bobby Okereke. He picked up a sack last week as part of an 8-tackle game. It's the Giants and the Dolphins. All that and more coming up next.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Miami Dolphins. Hi everyone, Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. It's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of the first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it, because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Tua's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. The numbers for Mostert a week ago. 15 carries, 110 yards in the score.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man...
the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback.
The former first-rounder put it all together in 2022 with career highs across the board and cemented himself as one of the faces of the Giants' defense after an all-pro season.
And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Here's Jake Bailey now. And back deep for the Giants is Dory Jackson. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants ready to go now on offense. And under center is the man in possession of a new contract for 2023 and beyond. In his 5th season now, Daniel Jones.
Playing for his Giants career, Jones' best season as a starter didn't come with huge numbers as a passer. He was just the guy his team needed him to be. Someone who could threaten the defense throwing it, and especially as a runner.
Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 20 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown.
They put a lot of effort into game playing and establishing this ground game last week, and reward was a nice day rushing the ball. Helped them put a balanced offense out on the field. And that carry is an indicator that this ground game wants to be established again this week.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a Giant 1st down on a gain of 16. Throwing Jones. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there. Now it winds up incomplete. Well, CD, you see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and these guys, they've been hearing the mantra next man up since the Friday Night Light games in high school. It's 3 simple words, but they're absolutely perfect to use, and everyone has adopted them. Next guy up, do your best.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Jones. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The sack there by Bradley Chubb.
Big swing by the Dolphins in 2022, acquiring Chubb from Denver in midseason. Only 2.5 sacks in 8 games with his new team, trying to get more consistency at the 2-time Pro Bowler in 2023.
And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Tua now on 1st down. That's swung out to Mostert. So no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Tua going to throw. Throw out wide is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. Jones on 3rd down. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We're scoreless after 1. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Throw right side, taken in by Bellinger. And out of bounds right around the 20. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Jones. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. Well, they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Back to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9.
From the 3, 2nd and a yard.
At the 3-yard line.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Saquon Barkley, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now a 7-0 game. That time a 9-play drive. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Miami set to take over. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Tua. Over the middle here to Wilson. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage. Got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride. And he was able to run free after the catch.
Off of play action. Tagovailoa. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. 2nd and 10.
He was covered by Xavier McKinney.
Tua to throw again. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Christian Wilkins just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Dolphins offense returning to the field. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
From midfield, here's Tua. Open man is Waddle, complete. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. It's hauled in by Shepard. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 9 yards that time.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Short throw going to be caught by Waller. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 21-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Fair catch signal for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll start up in Foxborough. A few years ago, this would have been Breeze versus Brady. Now it's simply New Orleans at New England. And they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. From there, we head down south to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Houston Texans. Desmond Ridder with a couple of touchdown passes. Finally, let's take the trip across the Atlantic. See what's happening over in London. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars. Damian Harris, a touchdown run in the victory. Here, it was the always dangerous Saquon Barkley with the impressive first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They're in the driver's seat right now, and they were winners last week over the Seattle Seahawks, so trying to keep that momentum moving in the positive direction. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And that one complete to Hodgins. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Back to throw. Jones. And this is going to be incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
A 41-yard punt there with no return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Looking to pass. Tua. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Giants 46-yard line.
Tua sets up to pass it. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 4. Going to the air. Tagovailoa steps away to his left. And Tua going to slide to a halt, but he will have the 1st down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Mostert. Tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 14. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He completes it to Wilson. Only able to gain a couple there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 11-yard line.
This is Mostert. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6.
A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
Now Tua. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. Again, it's Mostert. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25. And New York set to take the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Barkley, inside handoff. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The Giants on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. A first throw here for the backup Taylor. Throw left side complete. That's Shepard. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return, and they will take over 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. They complete it to Hill. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Short throw hauled in by Croft. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Tua with a throw brought in by Hill. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And partner, a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's Tua. And to the left side here, Wilson. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Now a 2nd and 2.
34-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Running the counter with Mostert. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Not surely that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try to find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
Running on 1st down is Mostert, but he can only manage a yard, and that's about it before he's tackled. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They'll come up now, 2nd and 9. Here's Tua. 2nd down. Here's Mostert again. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who is shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Throwing Tua. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout called for by the defense. On 2nd down, Mostert. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert with a 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Dolphins have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25. So now Jones and the Giants down 14-7, a minute 8 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. To throw is Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Now Jones. Pass complete to Shepard. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Jones gets this to Waller. Oh, and the tackle comes quickly. That's only going to get him a couple. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Flush to his right, and he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Dolphins, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. So for...
Sky Bunny. Sky boy, sky boy, sky boy, sky boy, sky boy, boys. Outside nightclub, the might boys in super blue jackets, yeah. Keep well hydrated. Remember, lots of water. Red air. If you're gonna be fucking making tunes where you want to scare people, you gotta be out on the street fucking, dishing out slaps. It's gonna be crap.